I'm Natalie. So good morning and welcome. Welcome to the Chamber 101 webinar series. We're so happy to have you guys. Whether you're a business partner, a chamber member, an educator, just exploring, we just want to give a little background on workforce development in our BEP. And we'll talk about our collaboration as the Fulton Montgomery Chamber with HFM BOCES. And before we go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, thanks, Natalie. Okay, we just wanted to recognize our chamber champions. So these six businesses are a huge supporter of the chamber. They make events like this possible. So we just wanted to give a shout out and a big thank you to National Grid, the Family Counseling Center, Nathan Littauer Hospital and Nursing Home, MBT Bank, St. Mary's Healthcare in Amsterdam, and the Mental Health Association in Fulton, Montgomery County. Fun fact, all six of them partner with the BEP, and we're really thankful for their support.
So what is Chamber 101? It's designed to help our members and partners make the most of our chamber and your chamber involvement. Some members are surprised to learn how deep our engagement with education truly goes. And today is about highlighting that connection. And if you guys have any questions or comments throughout the presentation, feel free to stop us. We are happy to answer. And we'll jump into our mission and vision and mission statements. We'd like to emphasize that our chamber likes to exist as a connector between businesses, resources, and the people that we serve. But we also aim to be problem solvers for businesses in the community. And workforce development is a regional challenge, and the BEP is our productive response to that. Just an overview of what we're going to talk about today. We'll further introduce the BEP and our team. Nicole will go over our timeline and growth from the beginning since she's been here. We'll deep dive into how we support employers and students and how they both can benefit, and give examples of our current partnerships, and then how you guys can get involved. So like I said, I'm Natalie May. I'm more of the boots on the ground business and education partnership coordinator. I manage a lot of the logistics of student-facing events, scheduling job shadows and tours, organizing internships, guest speakers, presentations, and working alongside teachers to help create presentations, and I help coordinate a lot of business partner interactions. And I'm joined by Nicole Walrath Van Alstyne, all the way from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Yeah, thanks, Natalie. I'm Nicole, and I've been with the chamber since 2013, so over a decade. I actually created the BEP. It's something I'm really proud of, and to see the growth. Natalie came aboard summer of 2022, right, Natalie? And so to see the growth, she's actually a former PTech graduate, so that was really enticing when we hired her. And I'm overarching, kind of for leadership as far as our partnerships go with BOCES. We have a really strong partnership. We're actually the first chamber to partner with our local BOCES. It's something we're really proud of. And given that I'm remote, I'm still able to foster those connections with our businesses, even 1,200 miles away. So we're excited to have y'all here today.
So a little deeper into the BEP, like Nicole said, we're proud to be the first Chamber of Commerce in New York State to partner with our local BOCES, and the programs with our regional businesses to help support a well-prepared, capable, and adaptable workforce is our goal. So helping feed that pipeline back into the businesses we help support. The BEP mission and objectives is to link HFM BOCES districts and programs with regional employers like you guys, and creating a pipeline, like again, of well-prepared, capable, and adaptable future employees. And Nicole will talk about our timeline.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, when I started in 2013, we heard rumblings that there might be an early college high school PTech Pathways and Technology early college high school grant coming through New York State. So for those of you who don't know, PTech is an early college high school. It actually originated in Brooklyn, New York. And so they were kind of the pilot program through IBM. And then in New York State, they sent out applications and awarded 12 school districts. HFM BOCES was one of those districts. So in 2014, we signed on to help support PTech. And then it actually grew. So not only were we awarded one grant, in 2016, we were awarded the agriculture PTech grant, which we're the first New York State agriculture focused program. And then in 2018, we had Foothills PTech. So it's really, really rare to get 3 grants through New York State, all in one HFM BOCES region. And so the growth that we saw was to collaborate and come together and co-locate. So now all 3 of those grants are housed under HFM PTech, which is located on Glebe Street. And then in 2018, because of all of the early college high school buzz and the partnerships with the business community, BOCES added a COSER on, which they get aided back and it's through the district. So a district purchased a COSER. Right now we have 4 districts who purchase this COSER, and they get the Chambers partnership and then HFM BOCES and Instructional Services partnership. And that's really cool because students, it is exactly what it sounds like. A pathway is for grades 9 through 12, and it kind of guides them and provides guest speakers, and a different varieties of real world opportunities. So that was something that was needed. And then in 2019, it was a seamless transition to our partnership with CTE, and that's commonly known as Career and Technical Education. So we're really excited. And then in 2023, we're the first chamber to also partner with Canajoharie Central School District, the high school specifically, where I created a teacher residency program. And so our teachers, there were 2 teachers who went out into 4 different regional businesses. And so it's different when a student goes out versus when a teacher goes out. And so they were actually able to see what like a day-to-day on the job was, and then take that portrait of a graduate, those communication skills, professional skills, we call them, and be able to utilize that in their program. So, like I said, the growth has been astonishing and we're really proud of this partnership.
So I'm going to touch a little bit more on HFMP Tech. Like she said, it's a Pathways and Technology early college high school. And early college being that when you graduate from the program between 4 and 6 years, you graduate with your associate's degree, free tuition free to your family from either SUNY Global Skill or SUNY FMCC. And we have over 5 different overarching pathways for HFMP Tech with different degrees underneath each. And we focus on project-based learning, group projects, and professional skills grading. And how often are you given a task at work, and you need more than one person from your team to help you complete it? So using those types of skills early on so that they are the most adaptive and up-to-date employee for you guys. Um, yes.
And then I'm going to talk about CTE, Career and Technical Education. So they have 16 different programs that align with the needs of our community. They range from auto tech, auto body, to culinary, to medical and assisting, agriculture. There's just a wide range of opportunities for students. Actually, breaking news that there are going to be 2 more editions of Pathways, so a total of 18. This coming fall, students in their junior year. So CTE is different than PTech in the sense that it's junior and senior year, and they still are able to stay in their home school, where at PTech, they all start in ninth grade and they come directly to our program full time. So this year we're adding a fire science program. We're always trying to adapt to the needs of our current workforce. And the city of Amsterdam actually donated a huge fire truck. So thank you to them, because honestly, without these connections, our students wouldn't be able to have on truly that hands-on experience. So they actually have a really nice fire truck. And then with that pathway, next fall of 2026, they're actually going to be introducing an EMT, and that will be for seniors, excuse me. So it's kind of this pathway that they'll get, year one in 11th grade, they'll get the fire and sirens, and then year two, they'll get the EMT training. And that just aligns, like I mentioned before, with our workforce needs. Montgomery County, I saw a brief article that they just cut ground. They're looking to expand their services. So again, we're just always trying to make sure that our programs, encompass what our industry partners want. The students at CT learn both technical and employability skills, which I'll touch more on the employability skills or professional skills later. They have many accredited courses with a variety of colleges, including SUNY Cobleskill and FMCC, which is really great. They too have hands-on. They have, like auto body tech. One of our largest partners is Browns Ford. They donated an EV vehicle, so that's really so the students know like the latest technology. And so the construction kids go out there and they're on different equipment as well. So I think it's just really important and a credit to our businesses for that support as well. They go out on 2-week internships, just like our PTech kids do. So that's a big need that not only we talk about later is for our businesses to host our students for 2 weeks, about 20 hours. And then career support series, some of you might have seen. This is a new initiative between the Chamber and CTE and the region at large. And I'll talk more about the career support series, but last year, we were able to have CareerCon, which was for our 8th graders, all 8th graders in the region. It was a big undertaking, but it was quite successful. We had over 60 businesses there, so the students got to see the whole gamut from agriculture businesses to business, manufacturing, HVAC, all over, all the trades. And then our another big initiative was our Women in Workforce event. This is really near and dear to my heart. We had one of the largest in the region. It was a great turnout with over 250 attendees, students and women professional businesses. So we're always trying to evolve and meet the needs of our industry partners.
The last program that we support that Nicole touched on during our timeline is the Pathways program. We currently have 4 HFM BOCES districts who have purchased said POSER to use our services alongside an HFM BOCES instructional services staff member. And like the other programs, to provide those authentic experiences, excuse me, for our students. Job shadowing, guest speakers, workplace tours, an internship experience in their senior year. And something that HFM BOCES instructional services staff help is doing those college visits to align with what the students are looking for. And Nicole, again, will talk about the professional skills survey and employability skills survey that we use to help guide what we are providing to these students. Just some examples of the things that we do help with professional skills wise and employability skills wise is helping our students build those resumes so that it's the one on the pile that you are more likely to choose. We help with their leadership skills and time management, communication skills, your digital footprint and your digital portfolio, and just showing that you are professional all the time. We help with mock interviews and interview ready profiles and just an overall professional presence for our students.
So talk a little bit about our employability skill survey. I started this about 5 years ago, just making sure, again, it's a reoccurring theme, but those professional skills or employability skills are what you want and need as employers. Also, it's really helpful that they have these skills, they build on these skills so that when they go to college, they are able to show up on time, just like you were a job. So, we typically have at least 40 participants who participate every year to kind of go through what they're looking for. This is the first year I actually included an AI question. I'm very curious in our region, Fulton, Montgomery, to see, where our employers feel comfortability wise with AI in the region, and how, like, maybe what the outlook is for our region specifically based per on industry. So if Natalie, you can just go to the next slide. Okay, so these were the results that we got for 2025. A landslide, 100% of our businesses who completed the survey said reliability and dependability are what they are looking for in candidates. I see you shaking your head, Cherry. We see it all over. So that was reassuring. That's something that we're going to push out to the schools to make sure they're already doing it, but just kind of highlight the importance of that. And then coming in second were good communication. Communication drives everything. So that is really important, right next to adaptability. Our employers, usually the top reasons they can't find workers or sometimes passing a background check, being able to complete a resume, being able to show up to work on time, and then being able to complete tasks and then move on. Being able to problem solve. These are all of the things we're hearing from you guys, and we are addressing them in the region as well. And then, like I mentioned earlier, for AI, right now about 30% are neutral, maybe unknown, and then 21.7% are actively exploring it, and then kind of tied with positive, future developing, or no, minimal at 17%. So again, we're just always wanting to make sure with all of our programming, with BOCES, but not even that, with all of our districts, we're disseminating all this information. We're not trying to gatekeep what our employers want. We want our school districts to have this information that you provided to us.
Now we just have some videos that will better showcase what better way to learn about the programs than from the students themselves and the experiences they've had. So first is a video about an HFM Tech graduate, Mercedes Milby, and her internship experience.
Tech prepares you for the real world by allowing you to connect with teachers and allowing you to be independent, and guiding you in the beginning is super helpful. But when you go to the college, you're independent, but you're not on your own. Being interactive with so many different types of people, I feel like I can take on anything after this.
I encouraged her to go to Tech when we went to the open house. I thought it sounded like a really good idea. She really wanted to try it. And when she did, I almost immediately, in the first quarter, I seen her like just have more confidence.
I think Tech really goes through the kind of internships that were allowed. So this internship really forces you to interact with people, because we have to do a lot of events and go out and interact with people from different areas of the state, far and wide. So being forced to interact with people that aren't just from my small hometown definitely propelled me forward. This started as an internship, and I didn't expect it to go very far, but I really connected with my boss in a fun way, and it was really exciting. Like so fresh. We started off doing events in my internship, so I was connecting with people and talking to people almost every weekend, and being able to connect with people is definitely my passion, so I loved it. I really did like going to FM because there's a lot of resources that Tech at the high school maybe doesn't have. So the writing center, the math lab, it was really nice to get different perspectives, but being able to talk to different people from different walks of life and having different kinds of resources was really helpful in the end.
I think teachers make a big difference, and they focus more on their smaller classrooms, their projects, they have more help. They're really good teachers there. And at the end, your kid's going to be 18 with an associate's degree. How do you beat that? Couldn't be prouder.
Do it. I would say take the chance, take risks, do it. Absolutely do it.
And then secondly, we have a video about one of the events that Nicole has talked about, the women in the workforce. And as soon as it loads, I will push play.
I think a lot of people think that they can't do this job because it is male dominated, and that's completely untrue. The month of March in the CTE world is Women in the Trades Month. So we knew we wanted to celebrate our female students in the non-traditional pathways. I wish there was more events like this in the region for our young female students because it was empowering. I feel like it gave students confidence and motivation to seek out not just career paths that are non-traditional for them, but just to be themselves.
I got to talk to a lot of different people and hear about how, like, their experience as a woman in the workforce and what they went through and all that. So it kind of helped me better prepare myself.
If you want to do something, do it. There's so many people and resources. Talk to people, engage.
There's more than just a traditional job as a nurse, a teacher, a doctor, or a lawyer.
I think I'd like to be a forest ranger. And there was multiple forest rangers there that gave me great insight about their job and just what they do on a daily that I really liked.
Even one of the previous student came to our table and she was pretty inspiring as well to see her come out of BOCES and be very successful outside.
This is just a greater part of our career support series. This is a big initiative between the Fulton Montgomery Regional Chamber and HFM Career Technical Education. We're wanting to continue to foster those relationships in organic ways and really expose students to a variety of careers out there.
There's so many different careers, and having these types of events reminds us there's endless opportunities for it to seize.
So now these are the ways that you guys can get involved. You can host students for their internships or their job shadows, like Nicole has talked about before. For HFM PTech, our minimum internship requirement is 20 hours. A job shadow could be a day or a half a day, just dipping the toes in the water for our juniors in these programs so that they can get a better understanding of what is out there and what's offered. And maybe they have an experience and they decide that's not what they want to further their education on, and then we can adapt and adjust for their internship. And other ways to get students into your workplaces to do workplace tours, or more commonly known as field trip type activities, doing a tour of your job site, answering questions, having different employees there to be able to answer questions and give their experiences. Presentation panels or pathway panels is something that we do at HFM PTech. A pathway panel is further exploring the different pathways that we offer and the jobs within those pathways. And when we invite different business partners in who fit those niche needs, you can sponsor events like CareerCon, Career Forums, Women in the Workplace. You can attend those events too. You can give class presentations like a Workplace Wednesday, which is something that we do at HFM PTech. Once a month on a Wednesday, we invite business partners in to do professional skills 101 and those pathway panels. And we talk about things like your digital footprint, building a resume, communication, professional presence, and mock interviews. And you can do other class presentations like Women in the Workforce or different ways to support the career support series, and as well as different projects that we do, and how you can support that as a business with workplace challenges. You can give our students an issue that you're having at your business, and we can have our students help solve that problem for you. And why it benefits you, obviously your problems are getting solved if you come to us with a workplace challenge. But we're building your talent pipeline. Our goal is to have these students come back and work in the region that we work, live, and play in. You can position your business as a leader in workforce development. We love to brag about the people that are our business partners. And you can create direct connections with young professionals, like I said, building that pipeline. If you have a student who's an internship, our goal, host a student as an intern, our goal is that you will love them so much and they're hireable and they're desirable for you and your business. And you can collaborate with other businesses in your field and learn more connections in that pathway that you guys work in. Our regional impact, so Nicole can probably attest to this more just because she has more tenure, but 1 in 4 high school students who attend CTE, they graduate with their they graduate from CTE. And over 200 students have graduated from HFM BOCES with their associate's degree and their high school diploma at the same time. And like we said, we're the first chamber to partner with the local BOCES in New York State. And we currently have 100 plus businesses in our business partner database. And we're always looking to expand to different genres of work and different people with different walks of life and how they got to where they are in their work career. So these are our ways to get in touch. Obviously, you have our emails there and our phone numbers and a link to our website.
Yeah, so we actually have, thank you, Natalie, a business partner on the call, Sarah from St. Andrews Heating and Cooling. You were a part of the Women in Workforce event. You also did a testimonial video, and one of the students from CTE's digital multimedia was our intern for those 20 hours. So if you can just give like a little snippet of why you decided to become a business partner and what you thought with the Women in Workforce event specifically.
I loved the Women in Workforce event specifically because we don't see a lot of women in the skilled trades. And so I want to encourage as many young females to get into the trades as possible because we females in general just have a very different take on solutions to problems. And that's very much needed in skilled trades right now. Just to kind of shake things up, make things fresh, offer a different perspective. Uh, Women are a little bit more nurturing by nature, and that helps building customer relationships. So that was huge for me. I enjoyed it. Please invite me next time. But partnering with the college has been huge, or the BOCES program has been huge for us because I'm looking to develop young talent. So when you grab someone, and we have a success story, one of our students we met through an internship at BOCES, and he went on to Hudson Valley. And when he was ready for a job, he gave me a call. And we hired him immediately because he'd spent a couple weeks with us doing an internship with BOCES and then worked with us for that summer. So we had already known what his work ethic looked like. We knew what his commitment looked like, and we'd seen him develop from a senior right into adulthood. So it was a perfect shoe-in for us. And that's what makes this program so special is employers can step in at a young age, develop the workforce, and then they reap the benefits on the backside of it.
Yeah, the power of partnerships. Thank you, Sarah, for sharing your experience as a business partner. We
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
that. Thank you.